Welcome to the very first recording of Deep in the Matter. Deep in the Matter is a podcast series where I will be using science, physics, psychology, math, and the original scriptures, Quran, Bible, and Torah, to prove to you that God exists in the cosmos. It is God who created the heavens, the earth, and everything in between. The Quran states that God created the universe in 6 days and then sat firmly upon the throne. However, the Arabic word that's used is the word yom, which could translate to days or periods. So when God says he created the universe in 6 days, he could be referring to 6 periods. In the Bible, however, it also says 6 days. But how could this be scientifically accurate, since the first galaxies took about 1 billion years after the Big Bang to form? Well, we're talking about space and time and essentially the magnitude of this divine being that so many people believe to have created everything, right? So undoubtedly that has to do something to alter time. And in this recording, I will explain that to you. The universe, from our perspective, could have been created in 6 periods, but to God, it could have been just days. Time as we know it is relative, right? So this was revealed to us after Albert Einstein introduced his theory of special and general relativity. Time passes slower in some places than others. So the faster someone moves in relation to a slower or stationary being, the slower the time passes for the faster being. Like, for example, take 2 spaceships. One's moving close to the speed of light, and then the other one's moving slower. For the pilot in the faster moving ship, time will pass much slower than for the pilot in the slower moving ship. But for both pilots, time is going to feel normal. And this happens because the speed of light needs to remain constant for everyone. So if we see a change in the maximum speed of light due to a change in the distance traveled, then something else needs to change to keep the speed of light constant. And guess what? That's time. So special relativity explains that when speed and direction are constant, time and space behave in a predictable way. But Einstein realized that when objects accelerate, when they move faster, their speed changes, right? Which basically led him to conclude that the theory needed to include gravity. And this is where general relativity comes in, and it accounts for the force of gravity. So the equation, E equals mc squared, shows that the greater the mass of an object, the stronger its gravity. So for example, on a large planet like Saturn, time passes way slower due to its strong gravity. But on a smaller planet like Mercury, time passes way faster due to the weaker gravity. And this is known as time dilation, or the difference in passage of time between different subjects. And this is because space and time are combined into a single entity known as space-time. So the gravity of a massive object bends the space around it, which affects the time as well. Now think about that. Even on our own planet, we experience this effect. Like, for example, time travel is slightly slower at the Great Pyramid of Giza because it weighs 40 billion tons. Or in vice versa, satellites orbiting the Earth experience faster time passage due to the weaker gravity caused by the atmosphere of space. So let's jump back and think about the magnitude of God, of this divine being, right? And if we can't think about that, then let's think about the heaviest object known in the universe, right? Right now is a black hole. And its immense mass has caused it to collapse into its own gravity, creating a region of space-time from even what light can't escape. That's how strong the gravity is. Black holes have such a strong gravitational pull that they slow down time even more than any other known object. But you have to think about that we have only explored 4% of the observable universe. And it is possible that there are other objects, other beings out there that slow down time even more.